I'm the coach. You're locked into the NFL on EA Sports. On tap, we've got what should be a fairly intriguing matchup between the San Francisco 49ers and the Washington Redskins. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, thanks, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the San Francisco 49ers and the Washington Redskins. With my good friend Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we have arrived at another new season. Had a little more pep in my step this morning. I know you did as well. Here we go.
Yeah, when you went out for your 5-mile jog, you were flying. You did it in record time because you were psyched up about this game. But let's be frank about it. No more radio shows, no more podcasts, no more just predicting what's going to happen. Now we get to see it on the field.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. They'll be taken out by the product of the University of Louisville, the talented Teddy Bridgewater.
His stature isn't huge. He's not one of the big, strong-arm guys that you see coming into the league. But his touch, decision-making, ability to make plays, that's why Teddy Bridgewater has a chance to be a top quarterback in the league.
Bridgewater on first down. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. And a quick look now at the offense for the 49ers.
Obviously a tough test for this offense right out of the gate. Road game in game one of the new year. Conventional wisdom says, go slow, take care of the football. I think in this case, attack early and get the home team back on their heels.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw, Bridgewater. His throw incomplete. He was looking that time for Dante Pettis, and now it's 3rd down. And here is the Redskin defense.
When I watch Khalil Mack play, I just see fury, passion, and incredible athleticism. This guy can flat out play.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive.
Let's see what you got.
From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. Got his man. And it's Eifert. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
There's an example of good situational football being played by a defense. They understood where the 3rd down play was, the down and distance, and made sure that they didn't get anywhere near that, bringing up 4th down.
Yeah, they were sniffing out that marker, didn't want to let him get close to there, and now a likely 3 and out to start.
Yeah, I love the way they rallied to the football and got to him and made sure he didn't give up much run after catch.
So out comes the Redskins offense as they get their first shot. And we get a glance here at their leader, the man who will be calling the plays under center.
What I enjoyed this week is that you asked to talk to his offensive center before the game and find out a little bit more about him and what the relationship is. And that was a pretty positive story, wasn't it?
Yeah, and really what I took away from that is just how it has permeated throughout the entire offensive line, the relationship they've had. It's really a group that's in sync.
They care about him. That's the thing. They really care. And when you care that much, you're going to play that much harder for him and give him a better chance to lead the team that wins.
And a quick look at Washington's offense.
And last night we were discussing some of the changes they've made offensively during the offseason, and we know it helps for them to have the first game at home. Hopefully this crowd, which we saw coming in, they've been here for a while, ready to go. You and I should have joined the tailgates, that's for sure. They're going to give them plenty of encouragement. They'll try and ride that wave and get their first victory of the year.
Watch the run, watch the run.
Looking to throw on second down. Blake, and his throw here's incomplete. Knocking it away there defensively, Justin Coleman. And a look now at the defensive starters for San Francisco.
Jaworski Tartt came out of Samford University in Alabama, and he is a guy who is an absolute flash at the safety position.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, Blake. Wide open receiver complete. Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Redskin first down. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
They tried a quick hitter inside. Swallowed up because when they're hoping.
Geis. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down.
Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Following the penalty, it's Geis. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
Off the play fake, Bridgewater. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Reuben Foster picks it. He was looking for Paul Richardson there. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Frank Clark fighting his way home to get the sack. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. 2nd and long. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Operating from the gun. Blake letting one go deep for the end zone. And he bats Gets it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and it's 3-0 as the Redskins strike first. The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just...
I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
Getting set to go here, Teddy Bridgewater and company marches back onto the field. And he'll need to find a way to shrug off the opening drive, if you can even call it a drive. One play and an interception, so he's got to forget that.
I know that in today's football, we have a good number of coaches who don't look at time of possession the way that the old school guys did. But there's still a place for it. I think that on this drive, after having thrown that interception, they're going to want to eat up a little bit more clock and run some offense and give their defense a little bit of a break.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to it'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring...
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now, 3rd and long. Got an open man, it's Rattler. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
It'll wind up being a net of 41. 9-yard return, 50 on the punt. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Geis. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. And he gets it all the way down to the 3. 8 yards. So they had him bottled up.
Contact to get him off of him, and then once he did that, now he put his agility to use and took off.
Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation.
Watch the safety creep.
They'll run for it with Montgomery. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
2nd and 5. And this is taken in for a Redskins touchdown. Terry McLaurin there to make the grab. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
McManus's point after is good. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Out on the field now, here come the 49ers. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Here's Freeman. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
3 ball.
10-0 the score after one on EA Sports.
Check the backer, check the backer.
On third down, Bridgewater. That's going to be caught by Richardson. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. They get 7 there, but it brings up fourth.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
As this unit comes back out there, let's focus in on Darius Geis. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Back to throw. Blake. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. A good first down call as the screen play gets him 9.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. 22 yards there, a first down.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the gun, Blake. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. So even with the pass interference, it's a completed pass. They'll go ahead and just take the play instead.
How about the effort? Making the catch despite the pass interference. Nothing else to be gained on the play. No need to take the penalty. The play stands.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. 2nd and 4. And it's knocked away and incomplete. He was a second-round pick. Many scouts thought he could have gone higher than that.
And I was one of them. Even though I don't scout for any particular team, I had a first-round grade on him. And frankly, I'm surprised he lasted to the second round. They got a steal with this player.
And you take a look at this draft class from a season ago, really it grades out as a pretty darn good class.
So you have to give a lot of credit to the entire scouting organization. General manager, personnel department, college scouts, all came together. They evaluated it very well and got a nice payoff.
More problems here on third down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on third down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on third down. And you know what offenses want? Win first down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on first down. On 2nd and 7. Bridgewater. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34.
A short game that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. This is taken at the 10. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Washington offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. It's a gain of 35.
As we've seen over the years, offense coordinators will often ease their way into drives. Many of them don't want to risk a turnover and put their defense in a bad spot, but not in this case.
Not at all. Forget about easing into it. They took a shot. It worked. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
To throw on 2nd down. Blake got him in. It's Brown. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
On 1st down, this is Geis. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Looking left side, and it's complete. A gain there of 21 yards. This quarterback now hitting on 2/3 of his passes, 10 for 15 so far. 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Blake. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. Extra point from McManus is good. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20. A drive that time of 6 plays. And the result, a touchdown for Washington. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Redskins now, their defense coming back onto the field. And a big reason they got the lead here in the first, these hits we're going to see here.
Almost like they're a group of superheroes, right? So they are really playing well and making things happen on their side of the ball.
Taking me back to my childhood a bit.
There you go. You had a collection, didn't you?
I did. Bridgewater now looking to throw on 1st. And the catch good. It's Eifert. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 1st down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards. Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football. And the Redskins scoop it. It's been a very one-sided. And he gets it back into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery leading to a Washington touchdown. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to... Getting set to go again here, Teddy Bridgewater coming back onto the field. In second quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And sometimes you take on all that extra pressure on yourself, and maybe you have to disperse it a little bit. Lean on some other people. Lean on your teammates. Find someone who can take the pressure off and get the ball in their hands for a while.
Or this, if he doesn't, this is getting out of hand, or it could get worse. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Bridgewater gets it off to Freeman. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Bridgewater to throw it. Swings it out to the flat for Freeman. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
Call it a 48-yard punt. Give them 9, though, on the return. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. And he's looked pretty good. Does have the 1 interception, but 2 touchdown passes so far. Your analysis.
They'll take the offset. When you talk about throwing 2 touchdown passes, no one wants to see an interception thrown, but those things happen in the course of a ball game and over the course of a season. But throwing 2 touchdown passes, that's why the team has an advantage. That's what they're looking for more of.
They'll be hoping to make it a 3-to-1 ratio here in the second quarter. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend, as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach!
All right, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season, so let's take our first trip around the NFL. We'll get started up at Lincoln Financial Field in Philly, and as they come towards halftime, it's the Eagles who have the lead in that one. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, a touchdown reception. From there, let's get down to Baltimore to check in on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And they currently trail in that game against the visiting Patriots. 2 touchdown passes there for Jared Goff. Meanwhile, our game has been a boat race. Very one-sided to this point. And for the call of the second half, let's get it back to our commentating team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second. Half. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
And on this play, the read for the quarterback was the defensive end, and he was totally focused on the quarterback. He should have given it off inside to the running back. Instead, he kept it and ended up taking a loss on the play.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he's got room. And all the way down to the 39. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. It's been an easy day for them.
Now a give. Right side, it's Geis. Give him maybe a yard. Quite the opposite from the previous big gainer.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32. They'll try and get it with Geis. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington 1st down. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
It's a pickup of 12, second play in a row with a 12-yard gain.
And a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
And this is taken in for a Redskins touchdown. From 6 yards away, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball out of the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
On second down, it's Freeman. Now 3rd down is looming, a pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Here's Bridgewater. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. And he is going to lose yardage here. The tally there, minus 8 yards. Leads to 4th down as well. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a 1st down.
It'll be a 47-yard punt with a net of 40 following a 7-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. So out now come the Redskins. And last time out, another touchdown. I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the roads
true.
will be fairly clear
by the
time we have to leave the booth.
At the 39-yard line.
Looking to throw on second down. Blake. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Operating from the gun, Blake. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Frank Clark able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
That's his 2nd sack of the game. The best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try to figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Throwing is Bridgewater to the left side here for Eifert. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Out of the gun, they give to Freeman. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And Eifert has it. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That's a gain of nearly 40 yards on 3rd and medium to pick up the 1st. Still in search of their 1st touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. A 1st down throw for Bridgewater. Complete to the right side. It's Eifert. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. 5 yards on the catch there brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. On the draw, this will be Freeman. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal. What a game this defense continues to play, huh?
Yeah, they've been aggressive from the first snap, and they've controlled this ball game. But right now, if you're on the other side of the ball, you've got to match that aggressiveness. No points so far in this game. Moving the football, got to be that way to go against them and try and get some points on the board.
And I'm curious on the defensive side if they stay aggressive, because you know they want to pitch this shutout.
Yeah, they have to be aggressive, but they also have to be smart about it as well, because one mistake can turn into 6 points.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal. This is 3rd and goal. Still looking for the first points of the game. From the gun, Bridgewater. And he will find his receiver, Pettis, for a 49ers touchdown. Dante Pettis there to make the grab. And the 49ers get a score closer. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. As this unit comes back out there, let's focus in on Darius Geis. So after that hot start, the numbers here show the decline. What has the defense done adjustment-wise?
Sometimes when you have a running back who's gotten off to a hot start, you've got to catch him before he really gets going. So you change what you do across the defensive front. Instead of the linebackers being back a few yards, you bring them up closer. It's what we call mugging the line of scrimmage, taking away a lot of blocking angles and gaps and maybe stopping him before he can get going.
Mugging the line of scrimmage, okay.
Yeah, in this case.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They stay on the ground. Geis again. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, he can't hold him.
And he'll use his blockers to get this up over the 20 to the 21. Now we've got whistles and a timeout here. Yeah, looks like we've got a 49er that's down on the field. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. The Redskins on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 14.
51 the mic, boy. 51.
From the gun, Blake. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 23 yards on the play. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Blake. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Oh, and the big play's going to get even bigger as penalty flags are down, and I believe they're going to get a face mask penalty tacked on. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Scott Miller there to make the grab as his guys continue to pour it on. He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the 4th quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like 4th quarter, and the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The 49ers offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Tighten down. There you go. Ready.
On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. Got his man, it's Eifert. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This will be 3rd and 6. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 for the Niners there and a 1st down. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, so a lot of credit to the defensive game plan and especially the execution.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's 3rd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Bridgewater now. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins 40. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here's a quick hitch route and the throw complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Bridgewater. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Now it's Freeman. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good, and this score will stay right where it is. Now listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their backgrounds. They were all county, all state, at other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now it looks like he'll throw here. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by James Bradbury. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jonathan Allen picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. So hail to the Redskins as they get the victory.